and they dragged Carlos Marcello, the Mafia godfather, much higher ranking than Giancana, the godfather of Louisiana and Texas. They dragged him in front of the committee and grilled them and forced them to take the Fifth, and that's how they made their bones. Well, Nixon was running against JFK. He didn't have the deep pockets of JFK's father. He didn't have the union support JFK had. So he came up with a package deal. He ordered the CIA to hire the mobsters, and some high-ranking mobsters specifically, to assassinate Fidel Castro before the election. At the same time,
this would have been 59 or 60.
This is in the fall of 60, September.
Yeah.
It's actually just 2 or 3 months before the election.
So it was an October surprise.
Right, exactly. That would be the big October surprise, because if Castro were suddenly killed, and nobody expected any Latin American dictator to last more than a few years.
Right, and keep in mind, Nixon at that time was vice president. So he was basically running for re-election, not election. I mean, he was running for promotion to president. But
for 8 years.
Yeah.
And it had to serve essentially as president when Ike was down with his
heart attack, yeah.
physical ailment. So the thinking was, if U.S. troops are in Cuba on election day, that the U.S. government, the U.S. electorate is not going to switch horses in midstream. They're going to stick with the proven 8-year leader with a lot of foreign policy experience, Nixon, and not the young, inexperienced JFK. But that package deal wasn't just to kill Fidel Castro. Nixon also got from Carlos Marcello and from Santo Trafficante, the godfather of Tampa, and a couple of others, including the Chicago Mafia, Sam Giancana, Antonio Provenzano, a mobster, teamster leader in New Jersey, got $1 million bribe to Nixon. $1 million. This is all proven by the Justice Department, in order to stall federal charges against Jimmy Hoffa, which were pending because the Kennedys had basically embarrassed the Eisenhower-Nixon administration into at least, having to pretend like they might take action against Jimmy Hoffa, because the Kennedys had exposed so many mob ties between Hoffa and the Mafia.
Right,
so
this was the Sun Valley land deal. Yeah.
It was a package deal for Nixon with that $1 million bribe. Long story short, flash ahead to 1963. Obviously, the